Hi guys, how's it going? It's me, Megan, and I am back with another video. If you guys are new to my channel, I'm a full-time reseller on Poshmark and a few other platforms, but mostly Poshmark. And here on YouTube, I like to make reseller content. I'll do sole videos, I'll do unboxings, I'll do all that good stuff. So if that is something you guys are interested in, please make sure to like and subscribe, and that way you'll never miss one of my videos. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the best sales that I had in May and June. June was a really slow month for me. It wasn't great. Summer slowdown has been hitting real hard this year, but I still had some really good sales that I wanted to share with you guys that aren't too old. But I am going to do it a little bit differently. Usually with these videos, I'll read off a list and just pop the pictures up. This time I'm going to show you guys my actual computer screen so I could show you the listings, the titles, the labels, all that good stuff, kind of like how Kaylee Elaine does it in her videos. So let me know how you feel about this change. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video and I will show you my sales.
All right, so I'm going to be starting with my sales in the $40 range. I sold these Rothy's on Poshmark. I don't remember what I paid for these. I got them at a Goodwill, so probably about $12, $13. They weren't the cleanest, but I just make sure to photograph all the flaws. And yeah, these were a size 7. This is something you want to look for. It should say made in China. They're never made in the US. And I always just look at the stitching and make sure that looks good. I'm very picky because I really don't want to pick up fakes. But yeah, these were nice. They ended up selling for $45 on Poshmark, like I said. And after fees, I made $36. I saw this really cute romper. This is from Free People. It's Free People Movement. I got this at the bins. I love finding Free People at the bins, especially Free People Movement. I think it's really popular right now. But yeah, this was really cute. It wasn't super saturated. It was a size large, which is fantastic. This is the Free People Movement logo. A lot of the times it might be on the outside. This was crossed through, but it usually says, I think, FP Movement. So if you see anything FP something, it's usually Free People, at least in my experience. So yeah, that was a great sale. Ended up selling for $49, and after fees I made $39.20. Next was this really cute suede button-up. This was Vintage Express or Y2K Express. I usually only do good with their older pieces, and this ended up selling in the summer. So this was a really good pickup. It was also a size 14, which was fantastic. It did have some flaws, like the button loops. Not all of them were great. Like, they were kind of coming off. I could have fixed it, but I just decided I'd let somebody else fix it and note it. There's that. And then, yeah, size 13/14. This sold for $42. I also got this at the bins. And after fees, I made $33.60. This I got at the bins, and it did take a while to sell. I didn't really know where to price it. So Fear of God is like a designer, I guess, luxury brand, really expensive. Essentials by Fear of God is like a lower end, more affordable line, but it's very trendy, especially with like influencers. But it is sold on like PacSun, because this had the PacSun RN code. I'm like, okay, what's that about? And then I looked it up, and I guess you could buy it on PacSun. I don't really know. But this did sit for a while. I had it priced really high, and I think that's kind of why it sat, mostly because I just didn't know. There weren't like enough comps at the time. But yeah, I picked this up at the bins, sold for $40, and after fees I made $32. These were really cute. These also took a long time to sell. These are Free People, obviously, but they're We the Free, which is a line of Free People that does still do pretty well. I really liked, this is like corduroy. It was really cute. The model photo, I realized that the pattern was different, but I wanted to include it just because it'll show like the fit on, which I think is important, and a lot of people asked for photos with the item on. I also had this in the back. They were just really cute and unique, so I was really surprised when they did take a while to sell. It could be because they were a smaller size. This is the tag. They're a size 25, which I just sold a pair of Madewell jeans that were a size 24 recently. Those did also take a while to sell, but they did sell. Usually back to school, I think my smaller sizes sell. But again, these sold in May or June. They ended up selling for 40, and after fees I made 32. I think I got those at a thrift store, so I probably spent about $11 on those. This is another winter piece that's sold in the summer. It's just a really nice style. This is the J. Crew Stadium Cloth Wool Peacoat. This had really cute buttons. Let's see if I could find a picture. Oh, maybe I didn't take a picture. I thought I did. But they had little anchors on them. I think it was missing a size. I just took measurements. So this is what I do when it's missing a size. I'll say no size, about a size, whatever, based on below measurements. In this case, I figured it was a size 12. And then I include the measurements so that they can double check with their own. And yeah, this ended up selling in summer. It did sell on a pretty heavy discount. I think 20 or 30% off when I was sending those out periodically. But yeah, sold for $49, and after fees I made $39.20, and that came from the bins. This piece I absolutely loved, and it did take forever to sell. I thought it would sell really, really fast. I think because it was a one size situation, that's why it didn't sell as fast. I know a lot of people, and myself included, like with Brandy Melville, that stuff's usually one size, and instead of saying one size, I'll usually say size small. And then again, in the description, I would say no size, about a size small based on measurements or whatever. This is probably what I should have done for this, done size extra large, then had specified in the comments. But it was a one size. It's this really pretty soft surroundings, tie-dye caftan with this really, really pretty intricate beading. I think, is it soft surroundings that is being discontinued? Not sure. But yeah, that was my bad in not being more descriptive. And yeah, I really thought it would sell pretty fast for the summer, especially on eBay, but it ended up selling on Poshmark for 40, and after fees I made 32. I think I spent about $10 on that piece. I think I got it out of Savers. This brand doesn't do super well for me anymore. I did sit on this for a little bit, but athletic jumpsuits and rompers are doing pretty well for me overall. Sweaty Betty, I used to find it like 2 or 3 years ago. I'd find it and it would sell really fast. Now I kind of sit on it. Probably in a bigger size, this might have sold a little bit faster, but it was a size small, really cute. Again, I think I got it at a thrift store. My average cost of goods at thrift stores is usually $10, so I imagine I spent $10 on that. Sold for $45, and after fees I made $36. Moving on to sales that were in the $50 range, it just took me far too long to understand why I put this piece in this category, since it does say it sold for $69. This sold in a bundle, so it ended up selling for $53.91, and after fees I made $43.12. Wilfred is one of my favorite brands to sell. It's an Aritzia brand. It usually does really well for me. I get really excited when I find it. I do think this, I might have found this at the bins, but I think I got this at a Goodwill. I thought it was really stunning, and I'm surprised it didn't sell faster. It's a size large. It was great. Again, sold for $53.91 in a bundle, and after fees I made $43.12 on this piece. Then this was a new to me brand. It's the brand Twinset, I guess Twinset Milano. They were a tweed jogger, and this came actually from a bulk box that I didn't share with you guys because the footage got deleted. It was a whole thing. Yes, this is the tag. I figured it was good. It was like satin and tweed. It was, what's the word? Like tacked on and then made in a random place, which usually is a good indicator to me that it's worth more. But since I got in a bulk box, I was definitely going to look it up and try and make my money back on it. Anyway, these did take a little while to sell, but not too long, maybe a couple of months. Ended up selling for $50, and after fees I made $40. Then this is a new to me brand. This is a brand, the brand is A Day, like this, A Day, that my mom actually taught me. She's been getting into reselling, and she had found this brand and sold really well and told me about it, so I have been on the hunt for it. It's not a new day like Target, it is A Day. I think mine might have been a little bit of an older logo of theirs, but these sold in like a day or two, so that was fantastic. Again, got these at a Goodwill, so about $10, sold for $55, and after fees I made $44. Another new to me brand, Cochlear Don't know. They were leather. They were really nice. Picked these up at a Goodwill, so probably spent about $13-14 on it. This is what the brand looked like on the shoe. And they were a 9.5, so a really good size, or 39.5. So European sizing, about a 9. And yeah, I just thought they were really nice. I did comp them. Comps look good, so I decided to pick them up. And I think they took a little while to sell, but they did sell for 50. And after fees, I made 40. This I actually found at the bins. I was really lucky one day and I found 2 maxi length 3 people dresses, so that was super exciting. This one, really cute, had the really high slits, really nice for summer. My photos were not great, so I was glad that there were model photos for them. Size medium. Usually I don't really do well in Free People unless they're bigger sizes, but their stuff does tend to run big sometimes, so a medium, you know, it's better than an extra small. This sold for 53, and after fees, I made 42.40. And then the last thing in the $50 range that I sold on Poshmark was this figs set. I got each of these pieces for I think $4 at a thrift store. And I was glad that they were the same size and the same colorway, because putting them together gets me a lot more money than if I sell them separately. I think a lot of people are looking for like the matching sets. Figs is a scrub hospital wear brand that does pretty well. This is size small. I usually pick it up every time I see it at the bins for sure if it's in good condition. I don't really pay up for it that much because it's not really that expensive to begin with. But yeah, I'm happy when I find it in a set. Sold for 50, and after fees I made 40. So these were each $4, so together I spent $8. All right, now moving on to my I almost said Anthropologie sales, my eBay sale that I had in the $50 range. It was this really cute Anthropologie snake print leather bag. This took a long time to sell. I just was really excited. I went to this thrift store and they had some really nice purses, and I did pay up for them. I probably paid about $15-20 for this, probably closer to 20. But I thought Anthropologie, I'd never seen one of their purses before. There is the by Anthropologie tag, close up of that. It did get some interest. Maybe it would sell better like around now that's like the fall. But it did end up selling on an offer on eBay of 50, and after fees I made 31.30. So not the best return on investment. That probably had a promotion fee. I've been trying out promoting listings on eBay. So I imagine that probably came with a promoted fee. So yeah, not great. But moving on, this was my Deopop sale that I had in the $50 range. It says 60, but they actually sold on an offer for $51. This is again Free People movement. I actually got these last year, I want to say, when I was in Connecticut. Spent about $350 on these. Love. Oh, I'm missing an acrylic nail in this photo. Love thrift shopping in Connecticut. They have much better prices, half off things, etc. This is that Free People movement logo again, and again crossed out for some reason, but that's what the tag looked like. These were an extra small, but I really thought this style was really unique. They were kind of like a cropped barrel leg kind of pant. Ended up selling again on Deopop for 51, and after fees I made 43.56. Then for my one Mercari sale in the $50 range, it was this really nice, let's see if I could just click on it, maxi boho dress. I had never heard of this brand before. This is like one of those things that you see at the bins that you just think is a sheet because it's all folded up and huge. But I unfolded it and it was a dress. This is the brand Bomo. Don't know, but it was a 2X, which was fantastic. And the style, again, was just really, really trendy. This sold on Mercari for 50, and I made 50. They got rid of their selling fees at some point. So this sold after they had made that change. So yeah, I was really, really happy with that. Again, got that at the bins. Moving on to sales I had in the $60 range, this really cute Everlane dress. I really don't pay up for Everlane anymore, but I did for this dress. Got it out of Goodwill, spent about $10 on it. I think the style was just really nice. It was satin, midi, square neck, very trendy, and a size 10, which the bigger sizes in Everlane and for most brands still tend to do pretty well for me, in a newer style, which is fantastic. This sold, I think, within a couple of days of me getting it listed. Sold for $63, and after fees, I made $48.38. Next were these new tag Madewell petite trousers. I will say bigger size trousers, maybe even smaller size ones, I just haven't found them that often, in Madewell are still doing well. That's like the only thing in Madewell that's been doing well for me still are their trousers. These I got at a Goodwill, again, about $10. They were newer tags and a fantastic size. Even though they were petite, I mean, I was a little bit worried, but they still sold really fast, which I was super, super happy about. They ended up selling for $63, and after fees, I made $48.38. Then I sold this really adorable skirt. I know it kind of looks like a dress in this photo, but it's a skirt. It's this brand, however you pronounce this, Bahuni by Jyoti Mishka? Don't know. I just loved, obviously, the pattern. It's very patchworky. When I saw this at the thrift store, I was absolutely in love. I'm like, as long as it's not Target, I'm going to pick it up and resell it. And this is what the tag looked like. I didn't really have any thoughts that it might be Anthropologie, but of course, you know, when I looked it up and I got home, it was Anthropologie, which is just great because especially with these kind of obscure brands, it's nice to just put Anthropologie and people, you know Anthropologie and know Anthropologie is expensive. A size small, I think this did take a little bit to sell, but still sold really well, sold for $60, and after fees, I made $48. Then another brand that I have actually been finding pretty frequently lately, which is great, is Anine Bing. Honestly, if you're just like going through the bins or at a thrift store and you're kind of going on like touch, like, oh, this feels nice, that's not the feeling I get from the Anine Bing pieces. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but their stuff is crazy expensive. As you can see, these were pretty much $200, and they're like polyester pants. They don't feel good. They kind of feel like Target quality or honestly worse, which is so funny to me. But they're a really cute style. The pinstripe, these were a size large, which is fantastic. So this is just pretty much more of like a brand pickup and a style pickup. Again, I think these are really cute. These, I don't remember how much I paid for these, maybe $8. I got them at a thrift store, ended up selling for $62, and after fees, I made $49.60. And then the last thing on Poshmark that sold in the $60 range was this Patagonia pullover. Super happy to find this. I actually found this at the bins. I know, shocking. I do love to go peek in the hardware section when I'm at the bins because a lot of people will throw back clothing there. This was in good condition. There was a bit, I think, of pit stains, but I think I had got them out. At least when I picked them up, they did. But yeah, I really love the quilted look. Honestly, if this was my size, I would definitely have debated keeping it. But yeah, cute style, sold decently fast, ended up selling for $64, and after fees, I made $51.20. Not all the Patagonia stuff I've been getting is doing super well, so I was very happy with that sale. Then the one Deopop sale I had in the $60 range was this Gudrun Sojin, don't know how you pronounce that, linen dress. Linen has actually been doing super well for me on Deopop. Same with lag and look pieces, if you're familiar with that style. I know people like to sell that on eBay. It actually does just as well for me on Deopop, so maybe think about cross-listing if you don't already. This was a size small, 100% linen. I don't remember how much I paid for this. Maybe, again, like $10. This did take a little while to sell. I think maybe because it was a smaller size. But it finally sold, again, on Deopop. It sold for $60, and after fees, I made $51.39. Then my $60 sales on Mercari. I sold these rag & bone, really distressed jeans. Got these at the bins, mostly because every time I see rag & bone, I kind of just pick it up at the bins. It either does really, really well or really, really poorly. These I did sit on for a really long time. I don't remember how long, maybe a year, maybe less. I don't remember. But I think what helped the sale was the fact that Kendall Jenner wore them. This is definitely an older photo of her, but she did wear them. Ended up selling on Mercari for $61, and this sold before they got rid of their fees. So after fees, I made $56.01, and again, got that at the bins. And the other $60 sale I had on Mercari was this Nuitag Theory linen dress. This did also take a long time to sell. I paid up for this for whatever reason. I actually got it when I was in Connecticut, and I think I spent like 20 bucks on it because it was Nuitags and originally like $300. Let's see, $395. But Theory is really just very hit or miss, just like Vince. Very expensive, very high quality clothing, but doesn't always have the best resale value. This was a size P, which on more luxury items usually translates to a size small. Ended up selling on Mercari for $61, and there were no fees on that sale, so I made $61. Now moving on to my eBay sales I had in the $60 range. These listings are pretty old, so the listings aren't available anymore, but I could show you it like this. This was that other Free People maxi dress I had found at the bins when I found that one that was a size medium. This was also a size medium, probably from the same person. Really pretty, asymmetric hem, patchwork, halter neck, great summer dress. Again, love finding Free People at the bins. This ended up selling for $58 on eBay, so that's not 60. Whoops, close to 60 though. My bad. And after fees, I made $50.82. Then these were also a really cool find. These came from the bins as well. They're a vintage seafarer jean. So these are from the 90s, and these are like what sailors wear, people in the Navy. I don't really know. But comps were really good. They have these cute patchwork front pockets and back pockets. I can't show you the label because, again, this listing is pretty old. Probably from early May, and they delete after, 90 days? But yeah, really cool. They were technically a men's jean, but I want to say I listed them as a woman's. But they sold fast, and they sold for $65, and after fees I made $53.69. This also came in a bulk box. I think I got this like a year ago, so you guys might remember I did post that bulk box. It was that one THREDUP bulk box that I got like a bunch of Nuitag stuff in, a bunch of really good brands. Was probably like the best unboxing. But this did take a while to sell. Capulet, I want to say, is a Revolve brand, and this one was Nuitags. I thought it would sell fast because it was very trendy, this ultra mini square neck floral dress in a size medium too, which isn't like super small. It did take a while to sell, but it did finally sell on eBay, and it sold for $60, and after fees I made $52.52. I did recently find this brand again at the bins, but unfortunately there was a pretty big hole in it. It was a really cute blazer, so I wasn't able to try out the brand again, but I hope I find it in the future. Then the last sale in the $60 range from eBay were these sneakers. I actually got these at the bins, and I think that was when our shoes were $3.05. They just really stood out to me. They were white leather, really nice condition. You can't see it in this picture very well. The brand is Royal Albatross right here. But it actually had the brand on this little metal piece, which to me is a really good indicator that it's an expensive brand if the, company went through the effort of like putting it on the outside somewhere like that. And they were also Vibram, I believe. Vibram. Which can be a good indicator on shoes. It says it right here. But yeah, these were like a spikeless golf shoe. Really nice, and a size 13, which I feel like is a decent size. These sold for $60, and after fees, I made $50.78. All right, now for sales that I had in the $70+ range. I sold these Mother jeans. Absolutely, absolutely love finding Mother anything, but pretty much their jeans. I think that's almost the only thing I've ever found from them. Maybe it is. I found a pair of red pants recently that technically weren't jeans, but yeah, these size 29, fantastic. These actually sold the same day I listed them. Amazing. These were the high waist looker, ankle fray. So this is what the label looks like. Sometimes it is kind of hard to see, but let me show you what the back pockets look like. If I ever see these M's, I get so excited. It also says mother usually right here. I feel like I've found mother jeans at the bins more than I have found them anywhere else, which is great. These, again, came from the bins. And yeah, sold the same day I listed them. Sold for $75, and after fees, I made $60. Then this also came from the bins. I get so excited when I see something in the bins that I kind of recognize. This is from Rag & Bone, and it's their Miramar line, which, if you're not aware, it's their faux denim pieces that, that actually end up selling for a lot. If you find their Miramar jeans, you can get over $100 for them. I personally just want their Miramar jeans for myself so that I could wear them, because they're fake denim that looks like real denim. And when I saw this in the bin, it was literally in a new bin. All the t-shirt boys or other people had already looked through it and didn't want it, and I got so excited. Though every time I find Rag & Bone at the bins, it's always like, is this going to be the piece that gets me $100 really fast, or that I sit on forever and I get $20? But this did sell really fast. It's a size large. I swear there's someone at my bins that like once a month donates their crazy new expensive luxury pieces, and sometimes I get really lucky and I'm there to pick them up. And I feel like this was that occasion. Again, sold very fast. Sold for $100 on Poshmark, and after fees I made $80. This was probably my favorite sale that I made this year, possibly. It's these absolutely insane patchwork style jeans. They had all these different like mixed media florals and animal print, etc. They're from the early 2000s. They're Roberto Cavalli, which, if you're not aware, Roberto Cavalli is having a really big moment right now. If you guys know about the show Love Island, then you know. There is, like, everyone's favorite girl on that wore this absolutely stunning vintage Roberto Cavalli dress that everyone's just crazy obsessed with. These I actually found and sold in May, so before the show I think had even aired. But I kind of went back and forth on it because I'm like, I've heard of this brand. Is this brand very good? I looked up comps and I was like, yeah, I'm picking these up. These sold, I think, in a couple of days. Size 44, all this, like, authentication stuff. I put the size chart in there. If it's like a weird size, I usually put the size chart in there and measurements. But yeah, these sold insanely fast. They sold for $175. I spent probably $10 on them, and after fees I made $140. So if I ever see Roberto Cavalli, especially in their really like colorful vintage pieces, but honestly maybe anything, I would pick it up because it is super trendy right now. This was a new to me brand, and this also sold really fast, I think within a day or so. This I actually got at the bins. It's the brand Antonio Berardi. Let's see. This is what the tag looked like. I figured it was good. It said made in Italy. It's tacked on. It's like the same colored thread on the same color label, which for whatever reason makes it seem very luxurious. And then the inner tag looked like this. Virgin wool, but I don't know how to explain it. When it's long like this, I feel like it's usually a good thing. But yeah, it was a really, really, really pretty dress. I think technically an older style from them. And I think I just got a good buyer because the buyer said they loved this brand. Like, this was their exact size and everything. So yeah, that was really exciting. Again, sold very fast. This sold for, is this on eBay? Yes. This sold for $81 on eBay, and after fees I made $69.81. Here's another older listing from eBay that I can't show you the labels or anything, but this was a really gorgeous dress. It's Bordeaux, and I've had really hit or miss luck with it, but I loved the color. I loved like the asymmetric design of this. It's called the Senorita dress. It was also in a size 10, and it was new with tags. Again, got this at a thrift store, spent about $10 on it. Did sit on it for quite a while, but it ended up selling again on eBay for $75, and after fees I made $66.86. I think this might have been an international sale possibly, but I think whoever bought this really bought it based off of style because it's so pretty and it's so unique. Here's another really good sale. This I found at a Savers. Probably spent $10 or less on it. It's a vintage Saint Laurent midi skirt, button front, cute little belt detail, fit really, really nice on my mannequin that my mom got me. Thanks, Mom. It did have some flaws. Again, I can't show you the labels or the flaws because it's such an old listing, or it sold a while ago, I guess. But yeah, I went back and forth with a lot of people on this. I had it listed really high, and it finally sold. It sold for $165, and after fees, I made $120.78. Next is this really cute Ted Baker dress. I pick up almost any dress in this kind of style with this looks dark blue, but I think mine was black. Black dress with the white collar because it's very Wednesday Addams. I don't even know if that's how you spell Addams. Might have been a typo. Wednesday Addams style dress, especially for like Halloween or anything, but I think it's always just really trendy. So I'll pick those up a lot for a good price, but this was also Ted Baker, so I knew that would help it sell better. It was also shown on Pretty Little Liars. That's what ASO means, as seen on. So I included as seen on Pretty Little Liars. And this got tons and tons of attention, but it did take a while to sell. It ended up selling for $93.50, and then after fees I made $82.30, so that was fantastic. This was an interesting find. I saw this at a Goodwill, and this label just seemed very interesting. I'm now just reading this part that says something Giovanni and Margiano. I don't know, but I looked up this brand, Fuzzy. I have no idea if that's how you pronounce it, Fuzzy, and apparently it's by Jean-Paul Gaultier. I feel like I should know how to pronounce that. But it's just this like mesh zip up situation. It felt really nice, no holes, thank God. Had these dolman sleeves, and yeah, this label again just looked very designer to me. So when I saw that it was attached to this designer, I did get excited. I don't think I paid too much for this, maybe $6, but I was excited to try it out. This did sell faster than I thought it was. I didn't know how sought after this piece would be, but it sold for $107 on eBay, and after fees I made $84.30, which is absolutely insane. Especially for this piece. Mesh is kind of having a comeback now, but I think when I picked it up, I was still like, will someone pick up this sheer piece? Like, it's kind of different, but someone did. Somebody really liked it, and I'm very happy. All right, last but certainly not least, this was my best sale I had between May and June. I can't remember when it sold. Maybe June. But this actually came in a bulk box from THREDUP. One of the ones I didn't get to post for you guys because the footage got deleted, etc. This was a La Perla corset, new with tags. So when I first pulled it out, the tag said it was $50. It had like a clearance sticker on it or something, and I'm like, I feel like La Perla is expensive, but this is saying it's just $50. So I wasn't like wowed by the piece, and then of course I look it up and I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was expensive. I think it sold as some sort of like clearance sale they had, or sample piece, I'm not sure, but especially this model photo just made it look so pretty. It's just this top part, but yeah, a new with tag La Perla corset. Like, I would have bought this not new with tags. I would buy this, pick it up anytime, whenever. Pick it up. Very, very expensive. This actually sold for $215, and after fees I made $172.19. Absolutely insane. But yeah, those were all the sales I had. Let me know if these are brands you picked up or pieces you've sold before. Again, my favorite pieces, this corset for sure, but then also these Roberto Cavalli pants. Like, I wish I could sell these again just because they're so cool, and I don't know, if I could find these all the time, I'd be so happy. Just such a cool style and such a cool brand. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great time sourcing and selling this week, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!